Yeah, hi Piyush.
Yeah, hi Kumar.
Yeah, I think we are good to start the session. You can start.
Okay, sure. Is I'm audible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So hello and welcome everybody to this session for Fusion Cloud Technical Training. I will be your training going forward, and today we will be attending this demo where we will be covering what will be the course agenda, what will be the tools, technologies that we will be covering as part of this particular training. What is this tool all about? Okay, what kind of employment opportunities that this tool and this training could offer? Okay, what are the different sort of projects that could be executed by uh, building the skill sets related to the fusion technical training, what sort of different roles that a consultant can own and work. Okay, so all those things we will be discussing in this particular training. Okay, let's begin. So basically, before to start with this particular training, what I would like to get familiar with each other, okay, and understand that what we are going to achieve, what are the objectives that we collectively need to achieve, okay, and what are the expectation that I could have from you and you could have from me as a trainer, okay. So what I basically want that after attending this particular training, each one of you could establish yourself as a fusion technical consultant, okay, roughly with an experience of around 3 to 5 years, okay, and that totally depends on what sort of time investment that you could do, how sort of you are picking up the things, and what sort of assignments and practice that you will be taking it up along with this particular courses, okay. The sole objective is like whether you are a fresh individuals, okay, just passed out, or pursuing your final years or final semester, you could be a job ready, okay, you understand the technical word, you have a specialization and trained professional into an enterprise domain specific to Oracle cloud technologies. If you are an existing professional, you can excel within your current organization, or you could look for a different domain, moving from a on premises to a fusion based system and all, okay. That is what the objective that we will be targeting. So as a participant, as a student that you will be joining this course, what we expect that you should work hard, okay. Work hard in the sense that whatever the assignments which will be provided, or whatever the concepts that we will be delivering to you, you should be utilizing the system to have a hands-on on that, okay. Is it fine till now?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so setting up those sort of expectations from the participation, okay, let's start this journey that we will sail through for almost a month and a half, okay, and we will be covering and walking you through with all the real-time scenarios and everything related to the fusion technical, okay. So talking about myself, I am a Piyush Jain. I am having 16 plus years of experience, okay, as a techno functional. I'm completely into the Oracle and related technologies. I'm an ex-Oracle and ex-TCS employee. Okay, you can always reach out to me as a friend, philosopher, or guide. Okay, we are there to help you. Okay, we are there to help you to excel in your career, to establish yourself as a consultant into an enterprise world. Okay. Uh, Basically, as a part of this particular training, you could consider these as a game tool. We want you to be participative. Okay, we want you to do your research work, think over through. Okay, we want that you can open up to discuss your problem statements or your understanding, your doubts. Okay, and help each other as a group. It's a collective job that we will be involved into for next 1 month at least. So let's work as a community to help each other and grow collectively as a team. Okay, talking about the course contents, I will be coming to what is fusion all about and all those sort of things, but before that, just to give you a brief, because some might be aware, some might not be completely aware. Okay, so these are the various tools, technologies that we will be covering up as part of this particular training. Okay, we will be making you understand what is enterprise application is all about. Okay, what are the different vendors with different type of applications that we have, which all organization is having a good number of client base with a different sort of enterprise applications. Okay, in enterprise application, why these are called enterprise application, what are the different modules or families that we will be considering. Okay, then what sort of different consulting roles, once you being a consultant, then what sort of roles you can pursue in your careers. Okay, then as part of being a technical training, although there are no prerequisites, if you are a fresher, technical, non-technical, we will be covering all the aspects to make you comfortable and follow these trainings and become a professional consultants into Fusion Technical. But as a foundation, we will be touching what is SQL, what is XML, JSON, and web services. Because over a period of time, for various technologies that we will be covering up, these are the basics that needs to be understood about. Okay, and then uh, the tools has been categorized into two main categories. As a technical consultant, the main work that a technical consultant is supposed to do is that enterprise application, any sort of application that is governing the operations of BAU operations of the organization, it is a mammoth of data that it is capturing. Okay, so as a technical consultant, you have to play around with the particular data based on your business requirements, and that handling of data could be mainly classified into two segments. Okay, one is data extraction and one is data insertion or data loading or inbound sort of thing. Okay, so we will be discussing what is data extraction, why it is required. Okay, and what are the various tools and technologies which are available to extract the data from your current system. Okay, we will be discussing about certain terminologies like downstream application, legacy application, upstream application, integration. Because as a consultant, once you are facing the customer, once you are drafting the solutions, once you are preparing a business requirement document, you need to use these keywords, you need to be familiar with these keywords so that you can consume the requirements from the customer and transform those requirements into a technical solution to work upon. Okay, so going forward, as a part of data extraction, we will be discussing these particular tools. Okay, like BIP report is the main tool that we will be targeting. 99% the data extraction is being handled through this particular application. Okay, then OTBI is also one of the tools. HCM extract, smart view, FRS. Similarly for just a second. Similarly for data loading is the thing like someone has given you the data about your organization, or data is coming to you. Okay, and that has to be loaded into your system. The data has to be inserted into your system. So these are the various tools that Oracle has offered that we will be discussing. Then there is a technology called fast formula that is very much required. This fast formula can be used into data extraction. This can be used into data loading as well. Okay, so fast formula is the way that will help us to do the customization, to do the optimization of the processes. Okay, all those sort of things. Then if you could, we will be discussing what is the on premises application, what is a cloud application. So since Fusion being a cloud application, we make you understand what are the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure terminologies. This is just being a brief that so that being a technical consultant, you should be able to understand those concepts. Okay. Then approvals. Whenever there is something in the organization happening, okay, suppose you are hiring one employee, you are creating a purchase order, you are submitting an employee time card, you are applying a leave for an employee, okay, you are terminating an employee, you are hiring one new vendor to your organization, you are preparing a purchase order, you have received the invoices from your customer. All those things has to be followed through a multiple sort of approvals. Okay, suppose if you are terminating someone, it has to go for, suppose as a manager you are terminating anybody who's reporting to you, it should not be automatically commit and terminate. It should need to go to your HR manager who should approve it. After that only it should be approved and committed into the system. Okay, so that's how we will be discussing. Suppose there is a organization who has the business process that any purchase order which is less than $5,000 can be auto approved. Okay, any individuals can purchase any item that is required to their day-to-day business operations which worth less than 5,000, it should be auto approved. But any item which as an individual purchasing for the organization which is having a worth value more than 5,000, it should need to go through with an approval process. Okay, in addition to that, we will be touching base related to something called security console. Security is something in a layman language which I would like to explain you is who can do what actions on which data. Okay, who, like once we joined this particular institute called Triotech, who, Piyush Jain is the trainer. Who is to identify the person. Okay, who can do what? So Piyush Jain, what Piyush Jain can do? Piyush Jain can do a training. Okay, on which data? On the data that is for the set of people that you have attended this training. I cannot join any other trainings which are going on by Triotech, right? So security is being the primary layer of the data security in the console of a cloud environment. Okay, that we will be discussing, like how to create the users. Once the user will be created, there should be a user credentials for each individual users. Then there has to be specific roles that you will be performing. Okay, like as a user you might be a financial manager, you could be a supply chain manager, you could be a HR manager, you could be a payroll manager, you could be a learning manager. So as a HR manager you have a certain duties to perform. As a finance manager you are certain duties to perform. As a payroll manager you have a duties to perform. Okay, and it's not necessary that within an organization there could be only one payroll manager. There could be four payroll manager. One is for north division, one is for south division, then there is a south east division and west division. Okay, so how the security plays a role, that somebody who's a payroll manager for a set of population, that set of population belongs to a north division. Okay, so that payroll manager should need to have an access to all the employees who belongs to a specific north division, and he should need to have the authority to process the payroll only for those set of people. He should not need to have the access to see the data of people belonging to other divisions. Similarly, the payroll managers of other divisions should not need to have the access to run, generate, or access the data for the people who belongs to a north division. Clear so far?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So that is the course content that we will be discussing. Okay. So talking about, as we said, that we will be covering something about a brief of the enterprise application. Okay. So what is an enterprise application? Enterprise application is the application that is a combination of a multiple modules, multiple forms, multiple areas that it will be handling, okay, for an organization across their business operations. Okay, so let me give you an example. Suppose there is an organization, that organization might be having an HR department. Okay, what are the primary roles for an HR department is that they want to create certain, if they want to build a organization, they need to have certain employees. Okay, those employees has to have a certain skill sets. Those skill sets need to be mapped to certain positions or job into the organization, right? as a as a aspirants, what you will be looking for, you will be looking for a jobs, right? So how those jobs will come into picture? Every organization will publish some of the jobs into the naukri.com or LinkedIn or something, right? So HR department is supposed to create the requisitions and jobs, then publish those jobs into the market, then mark based on the market, multiple people, multiple aspirants, multiple candidates will look into those jobs and apply for those jobs. Once the candidate has applied for the jobs, what HR is supposed to do? He is supposed to do the scrutiny of the job applications. He will figure it out that which application suits to their requirement. Then they must need to contact the candidate. Then they need to plan the interview process. Based on the interview process, they will reject or select somebody. After that, there could be a guidelines. Each organization might be having their own specific set of transactions that they are supposed to perform. Like after selection, they should need to ask the candidate to submit their passport details or the documentation or the education details. They want the candidate to undergo to the medical assessment. Once that is done, they will release the offer. After release the offer, candidate should need to accept the offer. Then the date of joining should be decided. Then on the date of joining, the candidate should need to come to the premises and get themselves onboarded. After onboarding, candidate life cycle says that till onboarding the candidate is candidate, but after onboarding the candidate will become an employee of the organization, right? Then as an employee of the organization, what you are supposed to do as an employee, you must be having some manager to whom you are reporting. You must be having some work assignments that you will be performing, certain activities that will be assigned by your manager, and you are supposed to perform those activities, right? Then as an employee, you should need to have the capability to uh, maintain your personal data, like your personal information, your bank details, your contact details. Okay, you should need to have the capability to opt for certain plans and offerings that the company is offering. Like company might be offering you 15 days of free travel once in a year, so you should need to opt in. That free travel is specifically only for you or only for you and spouse, for you spouse plus two children, or there could be a provision you plus spouse plus two children. In addition to that, it will allow that you can add one of your parents as well. So each organization might be having a different rules to offer. Okay, now as an employee who has joined, they need to have a laptop to work upon. So there is a separate department, that is a supply chain and procurement department. So based on the requirement from the candidate, they need to procure those assets for the employees. So they need to get the quotation for the laptops. Based on the quotation, they will select some vendor. They will send the purchase order to that particular vendor. Purchase order will accept that purchase order. Then at the purchase order, the company, you as a company, send the purchase order to Dell Corporation. You are using one software, they are using a different software. So the purchase order that you have sent to them, that their software should need to accept it, right? Once that software will accept it, it will process, they will start configuring the laptop. Then once the laptop is ready, they will send, dispatch it. All these things has to be tracked, right? So what has happened, early 1970s, okay, when there were no enterprise applications available, so these things has been already carried out either into a manual mode or either into a different pieces or different sort of softwares. Okay, so once one activity is happening in through one software, one activity is happening through a different software, where the communication, the effective communication does not exist. Okay, so hence the entire operations has a loopholes. It will be a delayed process, there will be a communication gap. There could be something that person is going to join on 10th of October, while the purchase order will be created by 17th of October. The actual laptop is ready, but it has not been dispatched or received by the HR department. So that's how, over a period of time, to run the smooth operations of the organization, they, all those softwares has been studied, and various big organizations has come up with this idea called enterprise resource planning. Okay, that is what we call enterprise resource planning, is the ERP applications. Okay, so enterprise resource planning, how that initially has came, it has came for the production and automobile organization, that how they will be managing their resources. So initially it has came for the supply chain. Like suppose Toyota Motors is a best example and world famous, that they have a zero inventory. Suppose they need to build a 10 cars today. For those 10 cars, they need 1000 spare parts of bolts. Okay, so they will be having a repository of only 1000 bolts only. They does not maintain an additional repository or a warehouse where they need to keep their bolts. Okay, so they have a working model of a zero inventory. And how they have achieved that? By implementing a streamlined ERP applications. Okay, so that will help them that okay, what is the production, what is the production life cycle, what is the time that is required to build a car. In that building a car, what sort of components are required, at which different phases which component is required, who could be our supplier who can provide those components within a time, so that we does not need to put the order in advance, we does not need to hold the things in our inventory. That's how what they have consumed, they have reduced their production cost, as well as they have improved their production life cycle. That has turned around into a benefit and profits for them. Okay, so far you are following me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sure. So that's how the fuse enterprise application has started. Okay, so being an enterprise application, if you go to a real world things, we have a WhatsApp as a chatting application or something. Okay, so although WhatsApp is very useful and it has a market leader and it has been utilized by everyone, but is the Facebook only organization and WhatsApp is the only tool that we have in the market? No, right? We have a Google Meet, we have a Zoom, we have a Teams, we have a Hike. There has been multiple versions to perform similar sort of operations, right? Some might be having a features which are better than WhatsApp, like Telegram we have. Okay, some might be having a features which are not that adequate or matching to the capacity and capabilities of WhatsApp. Okay, but what has happened, when there is a demand in the market, there could be a supply as well. Okay, so who will be providing that supply? Supply will be done by the different vendors. Okay, so in software industry also there could be a vendors, there could be multiple big giants. Similar to Oracle, we have IBM, um, we have Microsoft, we have SAP. Okay, so there are different organizations. Over a period of time, what they have realized, that big organizations like Tata, that Reliance Group. Okay, they need to manage their operations. To manage their operations, they want certain softwares. Okay, those softwares are enterprise softwares. Okay, so what has happened, over a period of time, these enterprise software has evolved, while multiple vendors, multiple organization has also evolved and come into picture and building their own tools. Okay, like SAP is the organization which has a tool called SAP and SuccessFactor. There is one company called Salesforce, they have one tool. Oracle also have their tools. Oracle have multiple enterprise tools like Oracle Fusion, Oracle EBS, JD Edward, PeopleSoft. Similarly, we have our organization Microsoft. They have their own tool that is called Microsoft Dynamics. There is one organization called Workday. They have their own tool. There is one organization called Freshworks. They have also their tool. There is one organization called Hono. They have their tool. Joho Office is also having a tool. So what has happened? This is the idea to build an enterprise application. Multiple organizations has consumed that idea and refine that idea as per their objective, as per their client base, and as per the target client population. Okay, so certain organizations called like Joho and Hono AI, they are targeting the organizations which are small scale organizations. Okay, because these tools itself, enterprise tools, are like their licensing cost is beyond crores. Okay, so some organizations who wants to follow the standards, and those who wants to streamline their processes, but they could not invest 10 crore, 20 crores into buying the license for the Oracle Fusion or SAP or Microsoft, right? But they need certain application. That's how the smaller players also come into market. They have built certain application that could be useful for small scale industry, small entrepreneurs and all. Okay. So that's over a period of time, multiple applications came into picture. Okay, built and managed by multiple different software organizations. And what we will be targeting Oracle, and in Oracle we will be conducting a training on one tool called Fusion or Oracle Cloud Technical. Hope this clears till now everything. Okay,
Yes.
so once you will be taking up this course or training, okay, you will be a skilled and professional. You understand what are the capabilities, what are the terminologies, what are the possibilities of the solutions that could be offered. Okay, first of all, this consulting world and the enterprise application, you need to understand that this is not something like you could be a full stack developer, .NET developer, or Java developer, or Android developer, or a application developer, website developer. No. Okay, this is a full-fledged application which has been already built by the organizations and readily available for sale. Okay, the bigger organization will choose, okay, like I could tell, Reliance Jio. Once the Reliance Jio has started as one of the vertical into a telecom domain under the belt of Reliance, they have huge infrastructure, they have hired so many people, they have lot of work to do. So they choose Oracle Fusion as one of the tools through which they can manage their operations, through which they can manage their hiring of the employees, then training of the employees, then processing of the employees, transferring of the employees, running the payroll of the employees. Okay, then retirement benefit transfer, promotions, terminations. Okay, then similar to that, they want once the payroll is being run, they want to manage their finance. Once they want to set up or some of the geo towers, they need to collaborate with different vendors to get the supply for materials and all. So this is the application that they have opted for. Okay, so what as being a consulting role into the enterprise, what you are supposed to do, you will say that okay, if the tool is ready, which is ready to be sold by Oracle, and Reliance is ready to purchase, Oracle will sell, Reliance will purchase, and they can play around, they can use it. No. What has happened, Oracle over a period of 50, 60 years into the market, they have been working with multiple customers across industry. They have been working with the telecommunication, they have been working with hospitality, education, ship, aeronauticals, research institutes. Okay, so while working with different customers have a different needs, different way to process their operations, they have a different requirements. So Oracle or any other company over a period of time has gathered all those requirements, evaluated, streamlined, processed those and fine-tune those requirements and come up with this solution which could cater the generic processes of entire set of organizations specialized into any particular domain, at least by 50, 60, 70, or somewhere it might fit into their requirement to 80% as well. Okay, so when organizations are opting in certain tool which is of that much of worth, which require that much of cost as well, then why they will compromise for 20% or 30% of the work which could not be handled. Okay, so that's how as consultant you need to come in. There is a readily available tool, but on top of that particular tool you need to build on certain components, you need to do the customization, you need to provide a solution to get the integration done. Okay, all those sort of things will happen. That's how the consulting role come into a picture. Okay, so after attending this training to understand and get into the enterprise world, what sort of different roles as a consultant that you could perform, that I have listed down here. You could be a technical consultant that we will be targeting as part of this particular training. As a technical consultant, your job is to play around with the data. You need to do you need to work in such a way that the same work can be done by the functional people, but functional people to perform that work might require 10 days, while with your technicalities and the tools and technologies you can perform that same work in 2 hours of time. Okay, so when there is a bulk operations that are supposed to be performed, suppose there has been 20,000 purchase orders or 20,000 bills are supposed to be generated and send it across to a different customer by Reliance Jio. Okay, it can be done by the functional person. There could be a screens. They could be educated by SOP. They can search for the customer, check for the put the date for the bill date, and click, then submit. It will generate the bill and send it across to customer email ID. Okay, but if 20,000 bills are supposed to be sent today, how in a day one person can send maybe and generate a bill for 150 or 200, then you can understand how many functional consultants are required to manage the operations, right? So that's how the technical person will come into picture. They will utilize their tools and technologies to optimize the process, to automate the process, and to expedite the work. Okay, functional consultant has a role that they need to understand what is the business requirement, how the operations are coming, what is the billing cycle, how the bill is supposed to be generated. Okay, to understand the client requirement, how their functionality operates, how their operation operates, to transform their requirements into a functional requirements that are to be customized into the software. Okay, to better understand, it is like once you purchase new iPhone or an Android phone, the phone is readily available, it has everything. Okay, but as a customer, once you receive that particular phone, you need to customize your phone, right? You need to configure your phone, you need to put it across your identification, your mail ID, your phone number, you need to set your security logs. All those sort of configurations are supposed to be done, right? Similar way, like suppose you purchase a laptop, you want an uh, Microsoft Office or Microsoft Window Professional to be installed. That software is readily available, but still to get it into your machine, you need to get it configured, right? You need to get it one admin to be created, then click, you need to decide what sort of partitions are required in your hard disk and all those sort of things. Similarly, Oracle Fusion is a readily available cloud-based tool, but as a customer, you need to configure it. You need to set around certain rules, configurations, profiles, certain configurations are supposed to be done. That work is being handled and done by the functional people. Okay, then there is another role that is called a techno-functional, which is a combination of a technical and a functional consultant. And that techno-functional could be 50-50, like 50% technical, 50% functional. That could be 70-30, 70% technical, 30% functional, or that could be 70-30 in a different way, 70% functional and 30% technical. Okay, so techno-functional is something very high in demand, but techno-functional is the thing that can be that sort of skills can be improvised and can be built over a period of time. Once you have been implementing the software, working over a period of 2, 3, 4, 5 years, working with customer, understand their requirement, working with functional consultant, working within a team of technical consultant, architects. Okay, similar way there is something called administrator as a role. So each organizations who are running these things everywhere, if you are a employee, if you are not being a working professional but you are into an student life still. Okay, in your labs, in your college as well, there is an administrator, right? Similar way, for to manage the show of this particular application, there is a specific administrator. That administrator could be a multiple ways of administrator, like application administrator, payroll administrator, general ledger application administrator, learning administrator, like these sort of things. And one is the end user. End user is the user who is a like a call center guy, who will see the screens, perform the transactions for you, who will generate a purchase order, who will check whether the amount has been received, credited or not credited. The end user is the employee who is going to log in into the system and apply the leaves for themselves. End user is the employee who will log into the system and upload their medical documents. End user is the employee who will log in into the system and submit their mobile bills for settling their dues and claims. Okay. So these are the five main roles that a consultant will play around within an enterprise solutions. Okay. And as a technical consultant, what is the main role? What is the technical work that has been involved? That is mainly into data inbound. You have a huge set of data that a functional consultant can also read from the Excel files and key in into the software. Okay. But if there are 10 lakh records that are supposed to be migrated and being ready into your software, then it is not feasible for a functional person to manually key in data into the software. It will require 3 months, 4 months with a team of 200 people. Okay, that's how the technical person will come into picture. He will read the data through some technical tools and optimize, process, transform, and load the data from one application into another application. Similar way, data extraction. Suppose you are using a Oracle Fusion as an application. In Oracle Fusion, you have 100 employees. To manage the employees, you have to pay them. To pay them, you have to run their payroll. You are running the payroll and you have decided the amount, pay value that is supposed to be paid for each individual employee in the month of August 2023. Okay. Now, as an organization, you are maintaining your account with the HDFC Bank. Okay. So you need to send a command to HDFC Bank that okay, for this 100 employees, this is their account number and this is the actual amount that is supposed to be paid for the month of August 2023 on the date 31st August 2023. This is the command you are sending to them. Okay. So what has happened? You will prepare one file and send it across to them. So you will prepare a file, make a printout and courier it. No, it has to be
బత్తాయిలు ఉన్నాయిగా యూసేజ్ షాప్ కొద్ది
so it has to be the optimized way. Okay, and it has to be an electronic way. So what has happened, once you generate the file and electronically transfer that data from your system to SDFC system, SDFC system should need to read that file and process the data, and on 31st to each employee that specific amount has to be credited to those employee. Okay, but now what has happened, SDFC is not managing their software through Oracle. They do not understand the structure of your file. They do not understand whether the first 5 digit, which is the employee number 10284, whether this is the employee number or this is the amount of 10,254 rupees that is supposed to be transferred, right? So that's how the integration has to be established, right? What you are sending, that the other party should need to understand. So in between, suppose you are sending a file where you are sending that okay, the person is male and he is married. In your file you are sending a thing like three things: employee number, employee name, employee marital status, and employee gender. So you are sending the data as 101, which is the employee number. Then there is a separator which we can use as a comma. Okay. Then the name is Piyush Jain. Then comma. Then marital status is M married. Okay. Then comma. Then gender is male. MALE. This is the file that you are sending from your system to another system. Okay. So while reading this file, that system did not understand what is M means at the marital status, because instead of M in their system, the marital status is being uh, maintained and understood as empty. Okay, and that system did not understand what do you mean by sending a value called MALE. Reason being, in their system accept a value as capital M only. Okay, so that's how the transformation of data is has to happen. After extracting, there has to be a transformation, and then the transferred file has to be sent it across to a second party or upstream or downstream application which is supposed to process the data. Okay, so far is it good? You are with me and following me that what is your would be role as a consultant?
ఎస్
Yes.
Everyone is following me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the speed is okay? You want me to be slow down or fast a bit, or what it is? Please suggest if anything is required. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. So, as I was telling, Oracle is the organization who has into an enterprise resource planning sort of softwares for almost 5 decades now. Okay, so the tool that we will be targeting to have a trainings, this is not the first tool, and this is not that Oracle has suddenly come up with the fusion, right? It's the journey. Okay, Oracle has gone through with the multiple tools as well as the multiple versions of the tool. The legacy tool that we had, okay, that are the PeopleSoft as well as EBS. Somebody might be in this set of group are from the EBS background. So I'll tell you why this tool has came up and how this tool has came up. So Oracle being a tech giant, over a period of time, they have been specialized into enterprise resource planning tools. Okay, they have been working across multiple continents with multiple big organization spread across with multiple domains into education sector, into space aircraft sector, in shipping sector, in hospitality sector. Okay, so they have huge experience into handling the customer needs. They evaluated, they discuss, they understand the customer needs. That's how they have come up with their enterprise solution tools. Over a period of time, those tools has been evaluated for last 50 years and come up to a level that they are going to cater the business requirement across multiple regions, multiple customers. Okay, but none of the tool could have best of the best features or all the features. Okay, like Android and Apple. Some might opt with Apple, some may opt with the Android phones. Okay, someone will say that okay, there is an enhanced data security at the Apple and everything is there, but uh, Apple also might be having some failures. It has a battery issue, maybe it might be having it does not seamlessly get connected with your laptops and all. Okay, whereas or Android phones have certain drawbacks, like, but they have a you could say upper side as well, that they can seamlessly get connected. They have a free softwares to be get installed. Apple might charge for certain softwares to be get installed. Okay, so the mean that I am explaining, there could be the best of the best softwares could be provided and built by the organization, but none of the software can cater 100% of the client requirements. Okay, so although Oracle has the software and he said that okay, I can manage your HR operations, I can manage your finance operations, I can manage your supply chain operations. You take a license and take my software and manage entire thing. Okay, but Oracle might be good, but Oracle might be extremely good only with the financial softwares. Okay, Oracle HR software might not be that good, at least specific to the region called suppose European region. Okay, in Europe, SAP might be better than HR solution offered by Oracle. Okay, in Europe, there is another third party application which is better than Oracle provided supply chain software. Okay, so what organization will do that? Okay, we will take a license and we will take certain portion of Oracle. Okay, what are those certain portion? That all the financial transactions for my organization I will manage through the Oracle software. All the HR related activities I will manage through my SAP software. All my supply chain related things I will manage with my Salesforce software. Okay, so what has happened? Although all these softwares majorly are targeting all different families and entire set of operations of the organization, but as particular to the organization needs, as particular to the regions in the organization operates, and as per the capabilities and the offerings of these particular modules in each specific softwares, there could be that certain organization may choose to go with the complete set of software, certain organization may choose to go with the subset of the software while opting some another software from another company. That is also possible. Okay, so that's how your role come into picture as a technical consultant or as an integration specialist. Because if 2 3 softwares has been opted by the organization, okay, there has to be a communication between these two softwares, and these communication, who will handle how the data will be moved from one software to another software, and how the acknowledgement will come, how the data transformation is going to come. That's the role of a technical consultant, to understand and play around a part to build that sort of bridge between these two softwares. Following me till now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now as part of the definition, let's go through what I have written here. Oracle ERP Cloud is a software as a service recognized for its capability to scale with your business. So what has happened? Oracle ERP Cloud, this is a cloud-based software, which is a software as a service. Okay, this is a service out of 100 services that Oracle Cloud has offered. You can opt for 5 services, you can opt for 10 services, you can opt for 100 services altogether. Accordingly, your licenses cost will be varying. Okay, so what it is telling, that it can be scaled, it can be scaled up to your organization needs. Suppose currently you are a 10,000 people organization, and over a period of time you can become 50,000 people organization. So this software is capable enough to scale to your business requirements. Okay, just because of the scaling and less capacity, you does not need to opt out from your current infrastructure and current software and move to another application. So SaaS application provide multiple modules on same platform. Hope you are correlating what I have explained as a storytelling to what I have written here. So the same thing it is being written here. SaaS application can provide multiple modules on a same platform without going through long drawn installation process. So what I have explained, it is one software that can cater all your business operation needs. Maybe financial, supply chain, CRM, customer management, HR operation, everything can be handled. Okay, it's strong execution of automated business process across various modules. What it is telling, it has a strong automation across business process, across various modules. Data can move from one place to another place, making it go to ERP option for companies looking for large business cloud providers. The large organizations like General Electricals, Toyota, okay, bigger organizations need to have a software to manage their BOE operations, to manage their operations. Okay, that's how they have opted for ERP cloud application. Okay, Oracle implementation of AI into the ERP. So what has happened over the period of time, as the technology has been evolving day by day, the ERP tools has also evolved. So technologies, Oracle being a tech giant, they are using the best of the best technologies related to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and providing those offerings into your enterprise tool. Smart suggestion considering financial expenses. Okay, like suppose I'll give you, suppose as an HR manager or as a manager, you are creating a request to hire one particular person into a specialization of a Python, suppose. Okay, so what AI will tell to that particular manager, that we already have 20 set of skilled Python engineers. Okay, out of those 20, 15 has been deployed to various different engagement. 5 are still available without any engagement, and they did not have any allocations. Okay, so that's the AI will come into picture to suggest that you does not even require to hire a new person. Okay, because the hiring might take 1 month to 3 months. If you have an engagement ready till now, we already have a 5 people readily available, which you can deploy to your customers. Okay, so these sort of suggestions ERP tool is giving. Suppose you want to build a mobile phone. As a mobile phone, you are running your production line, and someone in the back office is supposed to create a purchase order to purchase 100 screens for iPhone. Okay, but you already have a stock of 2000 screens, okay, and your daily consumption of a screen is only 200 phones you are going to produce per day, okay. So AI will suggest, while creating a purchase order, AI can suggest that we already have a stock inventory of 2000, okay, and we have a production order of only 800 devices to be produced. We have a daily consumptions of a screen is only 100 screens. Then it is not advisable to put a purchase order of 2000 screens, right? Because it's a additional overhead for the organization. You have to pay in advance, and it will be that you will be losing a cost to manage that inventory. You are understanding that how the enterprise solutions are helping the organization to streamline the decision making and to plan their operations. Hello, everyone is following, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how what has happened, as what I was discussing and telling you, enterprise application could be a offering which will give multiple modules like customer management, enterprise resource planning, supply chain, financial, human capital management, and it's a cloud. Everything is interrelated. Okay, so this will help you that it has best of the best user interfaces, and that user interfaces is similar, uniform across all the modules, all the screens. It utilizes the best of the best infrastructure where the application will be hosted with the zero downtime, so that you, with this best user interface, you can access this application relying on this particular best of the infrastructure across globe. You can go anywhere, wherever you have an internet connectivity, you can access this application and perform your job. Okay, this is providing you the best of the access and security features, that although this is on a cloud, but no one can hack and do the transaction on your behalf. It is providing you the ease of use capability because you can access the application on the go, right? It has the updates regularly. Oracle is every quarter, Oracle is coming up with the new features, and those features are readily available. Like Android phones, iPhones, they used to give you the updates readily available that you can opt in, and they can be seamlessly integrated with your mobile phones, right? Similarly, Oracle will be publishing new advanced features every quarter, which can be updated automatically in your software. Since all the modules are readily available, you can perform the jobs on the go. There has been integrated security, so you does not need to invest more on the infrastructure cost. You does not need to invest more on the access cost. Okay, you does not need to maintain the upgrades. Everything is being managed by Oracle. That's the reason you will reduce the cost of your operation and maintenance. Okay, architect, since this is a cloud based tool, it will not give you the capability to customize, so it is a standard architect which has been utilized. It gives you the option to get the ease of integration established with n number of applications. Okay, if Oracle being an enterprise application, and as a developer you have created one small .NET application, Java application, any small scale application, and you want that to be integrated with this, you can do that integration. So that's how what is the cloud. As I said, Oracle EBS is the previous version. Previous means that this is not obsolete or decommissioned. This is still very much in the market, and we have huge demand for Oracle EBS consultants as well. But in top of that, Oracle Cloud also came into a picture. Okay, so this is what I was explaining to you earlier. Like enterprise application, you understand there could be a multiple families or multiple modules in the application, like customer relationship management, ERP, supply chain, financial, and human capital. So as I said, this is the open idea, so anyone can opt and play around and prepare their tools. So these are the big tech giants who have prepared their tools. Oracle is the organization who has multiple tools related to Fuse Enterprise. SAP is having a tool. Microsoft is having a tool called Microsoft Dynamics. ServiceNow is also having a HCM suite. Salesforce, Workday, Hono. These are the vendors and the applications that are there into the market. Okay, so if these are the things, then why to go with Oracle, right? So Oracle being a tech giant, it's the ocean of technologies. Okay, Oracle is the biggest player into the enterprise resource planning. Oracle, see what has happened. SAP is more specific for European region mainly because this is a Europe German based tool. It is being more opted by European region. In addition to that, SAP is more into the supply chain. Okay. Similarly, Salesforce is also more into the Australian and New Zealand sort of belt. Okay. Microsoft Dynamics is into the East Asian market, Singapore and all. Oracle being the tool which is a global tool which has a market in North America, Africa, EMEA, okay, India. So this is a global tool, first of all. So you have a wide range of customers. You have a wide range of customers across different sort of working domain and the sector or industry. You have a customers across the world, so you have the opportunity to travel around the world, working with different sort of people, different culture, different uh, way of working methodology. Okay, so Oracle is a market leader into enterprise. Okay, that's the reason like we suggest that you should go with the Oracle and related technologies. Okay, and enterprise vendor and tools. Okay, so what has happened, these tools can be on premises. On premises is something that certain things that you need to install in your softwares has to be installed and maintained by the organization. Like Oracle EBS could be an on premises tool. Suppose Reliance wants to take Oracle EBS, they will say that okay, we will take Oracle EBS, we have set up our data center, please come and install Oracle EBS for us. Okay, then there could be something called cloud. Everything is on a cloud, like Oracle Fusion Cloud, like SuccessFactors, like ServiceNow. Everything is on a cloud. You does not need to manage anything, any infrastructure, security. Nothing has to be managed. Everything has been managed and owned by the service provider. Oracle being a service provider, it will give you the license and it will manage every software, every upgrade, every infrastructure thing on the cloud at their own. Okay. Third thing is hybrid. Certain times what one organization wants, like suppose ISRO or Indian Defense Organization, they also want to manage and go with the enterprise solutions. But what they said that okay, we understood that there is a benefit with the cloud, that this is cost optimized. This will save us to not to maintain the infrastructure. The upgrade will be owned and managed by Oracle. That is good. That's the reason that we need to opt with Oracle Cloud. But there are certain security challenges or certain data that is very crucial for us. Okay, that we could not expose, although you are confirming that cloud is 100% is secure, but we have a guidelines by the Indian government that we could not expose that data outside by our suppose Indian Air Force data centers. Suppose that is the requirement. So what has happened? Those organizations, those customers will opt with the hybrid model, that certain things that we could handle through cloud, please install that and manage everything at the cloud, but certain modules, certain data, certain capacity of the enterprise resource that we could not expose because of our legislation requirement, because of our data requirement, because of our organizational requirements, that we need to maintain at the on premises. So that's how the hybrid structure will come into picture. Okay, clear till now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so as I told that there could be a two major application. One is the Oracle EPS that is being maintained at the on premises, that require the thing, and one is the Oracle Cloud. So it just to make you familiar more. Suppose you are going to buy a new you could say you new PC. Okay, so what is on premises is new PC is something like you will go to the market, you will say that okay, I want a new PC and I want that to be assembled. So you will decide what could be the motherboard, what will be the chipset, what should be the RAM capability, which graphic card is required, Okay, what should be the hard disk? All these things you will decide. You will ask that, okay, please configure. Someone will configure, put it into a cabinet and hand it over to you, right? And now once you go into your home, you will start. That is your data center. That is your own premises. Any data, any movie, any document that you are keeping it into your hard disk in your D drive or something, that is your own premises. If something crash, if you need to recover the data, if you need to do the partition, if you need to if your antivirus expires and you need to install your antivirus, you need to do the antivirus installation. If your VLC player has expired and you need to apply the patch, you need to apply the patch. If Internet Explorer has been obsolete and or your data center, your computer is suggesting that you should need to opt out with the Internet Explorer, and there is more advanced capability software like Google Chrome is available or Mozilla is available, please opt with that. So that is your responsibility. You need to opt in or opt out and you need to decide. Understood till now?
Yes, yes.
Second thing is cloud. Instead of putting your document, your marriage photos, your videos, your CV in your hard drive in your machine, you are uploading it into a Google Drive. Okay, you are maintaining into a cloud software called Dropbox, right? These softwares are there. You are uploading into a Teams. Okay, so these are the cloud softwares, right? Once you upload, it's the responsibility of the cloud maintenance service provider that it should be secure, it should be always available, it should be 100% up and readily available, it should not be corrupted, right? So you just need to say that, okay, I need 10 GB space in cloud, right? That is how you just need to decide, and they will say that, okay, 10 GB space is available for 3 months of subscription at the rate of 999, right? So you just need to pay for the licensing cost. Rest of the things they manage, right? What sort of architects, what sort of the UI, what sort of security, what sort of data optimization capabilities, what sort of optimized downtime of that data, how fast you can access their data, all those capabilities they will offer, right? So now you understand the difference between cloud and on premises, right? On premises is your local machine. Okay, cloud is something in the cloud that once you upload your data or your components in the cloud, that will be readily available and accessible to with the internet connectivity across the world. Okay,
Yeah.
so uh, till now you are okay with that, right?
Yes.
So going forward, I would like to explain and discuss, like, as part of this particular training going forward, okay, like till now I was giving you the picture so that you will get the understanding where you are landing into, what sort of application that you will be learning into, what are the benefits, what is the market share of those particular applications, what are the big customers that we have, which reasons we can target and job openings. Okay, you name any of the organization, okay, any service based Indian organization like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL, Mindtree, okay, Tech Mahindra, Accenture, okay, all these organization has their a separate wing, that is ERP application consultant. Each of these organization is manning a pool of 3,000 to 5,000 of consultants. Okay, so why why I suggest to move with the enterprise resource planning sort of application, because this will give you an enterprise consulting experience. Being a consultant, you will not be working with small people in the organization. You will be always working, reporting with the big shotguns like CHRO within a direct HR division. Within a, you will be working out with the innovation projects, HR transformation projects. Okay, you will be always up with the technologies, because these are very costly softwares. Okay, these software will be timely optimized and improved by their service provider. Okay, so in addition to that, you will be always challenging yourself. New capabilities will come into, you will never get bored with this particular application, because once you get into an implementation for customer A, then customer B, then customer C, 20, 30, 40%, 60% over a period of time, you gain the knowledge and you can leverage the things. 30, 40%, every customer has their own requirements. Okay. Like you go with one customer, they want to configure the system that they want to give a maternity leave to be configured. Okay. That maternity leave to be configured only for the female employees, and that can be only for a period of 6 months. That can be only after 3 months of the pregnancy till the uh, birth of the child. Some other customer wants that, okay, we want to give 6 months but no dependency. Okay. After the child birth as well, the candidate can take. Someone will say that, okay, we want to give the maternity leave, but that maternity leave can be across gender. Even the male candidate can also take a maternity leave. Okay. So every organization has their own set of different policies, and based on policies, you need to understand, you need to configure their system, you need to propose the solution. So you will be always enjoying with the new sort of work. Okay. And once you are dealing with the customer requirement gathering session, there will be a phases where you will be overly stressed. There will be phases where you will be enjoying your work. There will be phases where there is no work, because once the requirement gathering has till requirement gathering, there is huge work for the functional consultants, business analysts. Once requirement gathering is done, then you will work with the technical consultants and architect to present those requirements. Then for a period of suppose 5 days, 10 days, you having less work, you will be just building a relationship, building a reputation with the customer, working with the customer to understand their methodology, their working methods. Okay. Because you will be the front facing for this particular implementation. Okay. While technical team will be evaluating those requirement gathering which you have captured and explained to technical person, they will be coming up with their solutions, proposing their like how those solutions will fit into the business requirements. Then the joint calls will happen, agreements will happen. Then until unless those solution will be ready, then also there will be a slight less work for the functional consultant. But parallelly, functional consultant has to do the documentation, BRD, SOP. They need to prepare for the trainings for the end user, business users, that once the system will be live, how the business user will utilize this system. So all these of work has been involved. So this will be a best place, and I suggest one of the best uh, you can say option, being as a consultant, being as a technical BSc, MSc, MCA, okay, or engineer background students to join into. And this sort of technology to being a consultant of an enterprise, this is a secure thing. Okay. It is least impacted by the sort of inflation or sort of a kind of like downtime in the market or something, because whatever the downtime, none of the organization is stopping their production. Okay. So supply chain always keep going on. Okay. Toyota is always running. Okay. Once Toyota is running, they should need to buy the products. If they want to buy the products, they need to generate a purchase order, they need to receive the invoices, they need to make the payment. That's how the financial module will always run. To run financial module or supply chain, the organization need to hire the employees, retire the employees, give the benefits, run the payroll, train the people. So HR will always come into the picture. Okay. So it's a very safe environment to excel and grow in your career. Okay. It is least impacted sector. Okay. In terms of recession. Okay. So as part of this particular training, there are no prerequisites whether you have a technical background, non-technical background. We will be covering all the aspects. But if you know the business processes, that is very good. At least any of the business processes. Otherwise, the way we will be conducting this training, that is more of a storytelling. I'll make you understood all the concepts. Okay. And based on those concepts, and those concepts will be told in such a way that you can correlate it with. yourself, okay, as a fresher, as a student, or as a uh, like 2 to 3 years experience person, or as somebody who's a 10 to 12 years of experience and they want to um, switch, or they want to excel from one particular subject area to one different subject area, or they want to excel or grow. Okay, so we will be covering all those aspects. uh, Although this is uh, technical training, somebody who's being from the technical background, some people are more be from the EBS background. If they know SQL, they know SQL very well, so definitely it will help them to write business logic much. But here, since this being a cloud, we did not require complete technical stack of SQL. Okay, it is very limited that we can only extract the data. We does not require PLSQL. We cannot write package, procedures, triggers. Nothing can be written in SAS. Only thing that we can return is select a statement. So if you know how to write a select statement to fetch all columns, to fetch all rows, to fetch specific columns, or to specific rows. Suppose I have a data of 100 people, I want only first 5 people. If you know and understand how to use some basic transformation functions to make a concatenation, to compare the values, okay, if you understand the date effectiveness, that is good enough. We does not require anything other than that in SQL. Okay, so we will be covering what is a real time things that are utilized, that you can present yourself minimum of 4 years of fusion technical consulting experience. Okay, so although XML and JSON are not very much required or something, but it is very small topic. Okay, not required more than 15 minutes to 30 minutes. If you will Google it out and go to W3 schools, you will get to know everything about XML and JSON at your own within 2 to 3 slides. Okay, but why we are going to cover it? Okay, to make you understand what is the use of XML. When we are extracting the data, whether the data is being extracted in XML, then why Oracle has opted to extract the data in XML, how to utilize the XML, how to read the XML and understand the XML, that we will be discussing. Similar way, there is an advanced, there is another way. Instead of XML, now softwares are producing the data in JSON. The new advanced cloud-based tool by Oracle like OIC, which is required for integration services. Okay, that is producing the output in a JSON structure. That also we will discuss. It is very simple, within a 5 minutes. JSON is a 5 minutes technology only. Okay, so in addition to that, utilizing these things, considering this current technology that you will be covering, that is a cloud-based software. So in cloud-based, we will demonstrate and understand and try to consume the concepts, that what is function, web methods, web services, what are services and what are web services, what are different sort of protocols. Hope you understand and correlate the meaning of a protocol by a common layman English. Okay, protocol is something, certain protocols, some certain rules and regulations are there. Suppose if you're going to a ballroom, if you're going to a five-star ballroom, there are protocols that you have to be in black blazer or so or something, right? You cannot go there in a towel or something, right? Similarly, there has been certain protocol. If you are working into a cloud is not yours, it's a public cloud or it's owned by Oracle. Okay, so you are utilizing the capability which has been hosted by a service provider called Oracle. So Oracle has some certain protocols, certain ground rules, certain rules and regulations that you need to follow, certain instructions. Based on those instructions, you can retrieve the data from Oracle, you can upload the data from Oracle. Okay, you're getting and following me till now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. In addition to that, like these sort of PPTs we have prepared for the courses. Hope you can figure it out, and the quality of the contents that we have prepared for you. All these trainings, all those videos will be accessible and being available to you. Okay, all these training materials will be available to you for your easy reference. Okay, the instance will be provided for you over a period of time for the training, so that you can follow us and do a hands-on practice. Okay, and That's how this PPT has been designed. Like for each and every topic, every concept, we will not be preparing a PPT and having, but for majority of the things, we have prepared the PPTs, and we want students also want to be contributing into these aspects, so that the reason behind that is that being a consultant, you have to do all this work. Okay, once you design something, once you being a functional consultant, once you being a technical consultant, you have proposed the solution, you have built the solution, but you need to conduct those trainings as well for your customer. You need to prepare the SOPs as well. So why that we guarantee you that we will be providing a job assistance and 100% job placement? Because we will be training you with the real time word scenarios, that what is the real work that you are supposed to work upon, right? So PPT making, storytelling, presenting, all these are the part of the curriculum. Over a period of time, you need to also start consuming these concepts. Okay,
Okay.
so how to take the screenshots and prepare these things. Okay, these are very beneficial for you. Apart from your skill set, you have to opt out for all these things. Okay, we will be providing like concepts of BIP reports. So like suppose BIP is one of the tool and technology that is required to extract the data from Fusion. Okay, suppose HR manager is not going to hire the person actually, right? Big organization, there is an HR manager, he's not going to go to Noida office where the recruitment is happening and 200 people are coming daily to join the organization, right? There might be some certain assistant manager or executive who might be doing the hiring, but HR manager by end of the day or by end of the week must need to receive some data, some report, that okay, daily we are making a 200 count of hiring. Out of 200 count, we have a male population of 70 and female population of 30, that he needs to publish to their group CHR or to their board of directors on a monthly meeting, that what is our sex ratio in the organization, right? That could be a possible business statement. Hope you are following, right? So for that, HR organization people, the HR manager is not going to go into the tool and check each and every customer or every employee and make a note of that into a notebook and then count that okay, we hired on total 180 people, out of that 33 are female, rest are male. Then he will do the calculation and report that okay, we have only 15% of female population hired in the month of August 2023. That should not be the case, right? There should be technology. We will extract the data, that we will transform the data, do the calculation and produce the letter or report for the HR manager, that he will publish to the board meetings, right? So one of the technologies BI publisher data model. So BI publisher data model, we will be covering how to create the SQL queries, how, which sort of data models, data set that we will be creating, how to create a data model, what are the navigations for that. Okay, under navigation, how to create a data set, we will be creating a SQL data query data set. Okay, once we create a data set, where to put the query, once we are putting the query, how it will look like. Suppose we are trying to fetch the data of person number, the department this person belongs, and the assignment name. Okay, then once that is ready, how the data will look, data will look into a tree view, that data will be visible into a table structure. Okay, this is just the data, this is not the actual report that we have built upon. Okay, on top of that data, we have to prepare a report. That report is based on the business requirements, right? Business requirement, business verbia, how they want to present the data. So we will be preparing a report there. That also we will be covering different way of preparing the reports. Okay, how we can design the report, how we can structure the report, which data we want to display into the report. Okay, how to save the report. Once the report is once created and saved, how the end user is going to access that report. Once the person is accessing the report, how the report will look into. Okay, that report can be accessible based on parameters like only for one particular person I need to check, only on one particular date I want to see what is the hiring population percentage, what is the hiring in one particular department. So based on certain parameters we need to drive the data of the report. All those concepts we will be covering. Okay, once that is done, how to create a job. Once this report is ready, I don't want that HR manager should need to go and open this report daily basis. Okay, we want that he will receive this report automatically at 10 o'clock and in his mailbox or somewhere, right? So we can schedule those reports, we can create the reports. Okay, you are following me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Similar way, there is something called jobs. Okay, in organization we will be discussing what is enterprise, what is department, what is job, what is position. That is called work structure. Suppose you need to hire somebody, where he is supposed to hire, at what role, what position he is being hired, who is his manager, under which department he is being hired, what is his division, right? All these things are required. If you are working, if you are a student, then you must be knowing, right? In the college as well, there are different departments: science department, arts department, art technology department, right? Medical department. In that department there is a lab assistant, there could be a HOD, there could be a uh, like sports assistant, there could be a cultural committee head. These are the positions that we have, right? Similarly, each organization might be having a different work structure. That okay, MET University is the enterprise. Under that MET University, which are the locations? MET Noida, MET Jaipur, MET Kurukshetra, maybe. Okay, under that what are different departments? Okay, MBA department, post graduation department, MCA department, professional studies department, arts department, like that, right? Then we will be discussing something about data loading. Data loading have a different ways. Okay, one of the technologies called spreadsheet data loader that can be obtained by business users, end user, and functional consultant to do bulk data loading. We will be discussing and covering those aspects. Okay, and apart from that, as you have seen, the technologies that we have covered here. Okay, here you can see that we will be teaching thoroughly different ways to load the data into the system. Bulk data loading through HCM data loader, bulk data loading from spreadsheet data loader, data loading from file based data loader. Okay, data extraction from HCM extract, OTBI. OTBI is something like business consultant, functional consultant, who does not have much skills on the SQL, but still they can extract the data. Just drag and drop of those particular keywords or the attributes or the columns that you required in your report into from left side to right side, and automatically the report is start building up. Okay,
Please, I
Well,
have one query here, like as you
yes, yes,
mentioned in
yes,
the BI,
we will discuss questions. Just give me 5 more minutes. Okay,
please.
okay. Apart from that, like as the contents, like suppose we will be discussing about the BIP, so these are the things that we will be producing and handed over to you. Okay, like these are the course contents. From here, suppose how to navigate and access the BIP, what are the work area, how to getting started, what sort of rules are required. Suppose every individual who logs in, he will not be able to see this report and analytics here. Okay, as you can see. Okay, to see this particular reports and analytics, as what I was discussing, security has been enabled. We need to manage the security specific to the user, who should need to have what access to perform which duties. Okay, so these are the roles that will be required. How to apply this role to specific user, that we will be covering. Then theory about the data model that will help you to understand and crack the interviews, or be familiar with the methodology in terms of the actual terminologies related to that particular topic. Okay, what different topics that we have, what different components that we have within a data model. Okay, different sort of data models that we could create, how to create a data model. Okay, then how to create a parameters, parameter reports. These are the reference guide that we will be producing. and giving and handing over to you how to create a BIP reports. Okay, so just a second. Okay, different ways of parameters, every concept, everything that we are going to deliver as part of this is a real time utility of the concepts, okay, that is being real time used. That's the reason that we are claiming that after completing this course you can stand yourself and claim yourself as a minimum 3 to 5 years of technical exposure into fusion cloud technicals. Okay, in addition to that, if I'll show you something, we will be providing you the instance where you can perform the hands-on labs. See, like this. For reports, whatever that we will be covering, we have a sample ready for you for easy reference, like different ways of data set that we will be covering, data set using SQL query, data set with single SQL query, multiple SQL query, data set with CSV, XML, UCM, web services, data sets based on the Excel file. Okay, all these samples are readily available for you to refer. Okay, and if we go to a parameter report, single parameter, multiple parameter, there is a sample where the parameter has to be defaulted with certain values. Okay, LOV list, dynamic LOV list, how to allow the LOV list that end user can select a multiple value from the list. All these samples are available. The burstings is available, like you need to run the report and it should need to automatically send the data to UCM server to trigger the data as an attachment to your email to send the file to your FTP server. Okay, the security based reports that we also have been preparing and being readily available. And as part of this tool, you might not be getting a fair idea, but we will be covering each and every topic that is being displayed here. The navigation, what is the user view, how to create a data model, what is the refresh, moving up and moving down, this is like search, this is a calendar. Once you select this, there is an option to copy. Once you copy, you can paste. Okay, see, this has been pasted. Once you paste, if you want to delete, you can delete. Okay, how to navigate to home, how to make certain things as favorite, how to create the data model, reports, all these things, report, job, data model. Okay, so that's how we are going to plan and cater these requirements for your specific needs. Okay, and we will be covering these topics as we mentioned in our this agenda for the demo. All those technologies that we will be covering.